Hello everyone, this is Vortex259. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy II, The Soul of Rebirth. In our last episode, we made it to the 10th and top floor of the Unknown Palace, where a figure clad in white was waiting for us. This is the Arubboth Emperor. Apparently when the Emperor died, he had sort of a split personality to his soul. The light half came up here to Arubboth, which is the realm of the heavens, and his light half became the ruler here. Meanwhile, his dark half plummeted to hell and became ruler of Pandemonium, where Firion, Maria, Guy, and Leon had to fight and defeat him. But this sanctimonious light version of the Emperor is demanding that Minwu, Scott, Josef, and Ricard forgive him for the transgressions that his dark half committed against them. But you know, these four guys aren't really in a forgiving mood. They said, "No way, Jose." So since they're not going to forgive the Arubboth Emperor, he's threatening them with eternal suffering. So that means we are going to be thrust into the final boss battle of the Soul of Rebirth. Here we go. This is the Arubboth Emperor, who has 25,000 hit points, about 10,000 HP more than the Dark Emperor had. Very high physical attack power, as I'm sure you can imagine, resistant to just about everything. It actually absorbs death and matter. As far as special attacks go, it can use Starfall 16, which does a little more damage to all four characters than the Dark Emperor Starfall 10 attack did. It also can use Holy 16, Flare 16, Blaze 16, Slow 16, and Dispel 16. But you know, this really should be a fairly easy battle, I think, as long as your characters have at least 2,000 HP and all their magic spells are at least level 7 or 8. It's just going to take some time to defeat the Emperor because he has so much HP. Again, just going to use the same strategy as I pretty much have throughout the game. We'll start off with Blink and Aura, and we'll berserk up Ricard and make Ricard our main attacker. Well, he's going to start off with level 16 Dispel, which is pointless since we haven't buffed ourselves up. Just watch out for his slow 16 attack. If that hits, that can make one of your characters pretty useless with their weapons. I think what you have to worry most about is its normal physical attack, which can score over 2,500 points of damage on one character. Starfall 16 does pretty decent damage to all four characters, about 400 or so, but nothing Minwu's Cure Spell can't handle. Well, this time let's cast Shell, I guess, on the party. I guess we can have Scott start attacking. We can berserk him up. He should do some pretty decent damage with his Wild Rose Sword. Oh, I'm going to try Dispel 16 again, huh? Well, I don't mind that. You're not damaging me with it. So yeah, I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get this video posted. Actually, the past few days or so I've been battling a bit of a head cold, and then yesterday my internet connection was down, so that's why it's taken me a few days to get this video up, so my apologies about that. Guess we can cast Protect this time. Let's go ahead and berserk up Josef there as well. Yeah, very decent damage there, Scott. There's Holy 16. Pretty cool animation. A little over 100 points of damage to all four characters. And we get Josef berserked up now, so I guess now we can just have everybody start attacking and have Minwu concentrate on healing. Well, I got a private message from a viewer the other day asking why his version of Final Fantasy II had 170 bestiary entries while the Dawn of Souls version only has 169. I wasn't aware of that, but after doing a little bit of research, that in fact is the case. And the reason for that is the Final Fantasy II Anniversary Edition that was released for the PSP actually has a bit more bonus content than the Game Boy Advance version does. You can go through an extra scenario called the Arcane Labyrinth, and apparently you can get a pretty nice tome at the end called the Destroy Tome, which I'm not really sure exactly what that does, but apparently it's pretty good. And you have to fight 2 super bosses in order to get it. And one of those super bosses will actually appear as the 170th entry in the bestiary. So if you're playing the PSP version, you will have one extra bestiary entry than what I'm showing here in the Dawn of Souls version. Well, we're doing such good damage now that should be able to take out the Arubboth Emperor, I think, in another couple to 3 rounds. The only bad thing about fighting the Arubboth Emperor is we don't have a blood sword like we did when we fought the Dark Emperor. That did a ton of damage. There's Starfall 16. That does quite a bit of damage to all 4 characters, but not enough to KO my characters, and Minwu's Cure Spell can take care of that damage. Starfall 16 again here. It really is a cool animation. Pretty cool that they're playing the same final boss music for this final boss battle with the Arubboth Emperor that they played with the boss battle with the Dark Emperor, so that's kind of fitting. Okay, let's try curing up everybody again, and let's see if we can finish this out this round. There we go. That's going to do it for us. And the Arubboth Emperor starts disintegrating into light. Gotta have a big fanfare. Big crumbling of the final boss, as most final bosses do in Final Fantasy games. Alright, well, so much for that. Fools, you've changed nothing. And, you know, as a side note here, I'm not so sure everybody liked my voice for the Arubboth Emperor in the last episode. I was really just winging it. I wanted it to be completely opposite of the Dark Emperor, so just tried to make it sound as light and flaky and corny as I possibly could. Your bloody legacy of war and violence will not end here. And the Light Emperor is going to blow up into a million giblets. And apparently at the same time that Minwu, Scott, Josef, and Ricard defeated the Arubboth Emperor, Firion, Maria, Guy, and Leon are down here fighting and defeating the Dark Emperor. Unbelievable. Defeated by insects like you. Not once, but twice. Who are you? And he blows up too. And we've already seen that at the end of the main version of Final Fantasy II.